Oh, excuse me. I found an old poop that was like marinated by the sun, caressed by the spring rains of western Kentucky. It was a musky poop that was like harvesting right next to where mushrooms would one day bloom. I'm just a stupid dog, but when you get to chewing a poop like this, it's like it has like straw built in, like some Israelites were trying to crush some bricks up and make some straw and some clay into bricks. I'm telling you why. You don't get any better than this, folks. Oh, but so this is an out of sequence take or post because the man fell in love with the writer girl, but the writer girl ran away with the producer. The producer has been calling up the man and saying, "Hey, dude, will you do my job for me?" And he doesn't let on that it's because he's housing and having sex and wild great, times on a spree with the writer girl. So the man kind of texts or dictates or faxes a bunch of bullshit over to the man. So the producer texts to the man and says he's going to do his job. He's convincing the man to do his job so he can run away with the girl that the man loves. That the girl that said that she loved the man, then she decided she loved the producer because he's a lot younger. He's like younger than the girl. The writer girl, the producer's younger, so she ran away with him. The man thought she's so much younger than him that he was going to have something special. So anyways, the man gets his fax. Okay? And he steps up. I got to pick a couple turds out of my teeth. Hang on. I hope the Martians don't see me picking the turds out of my teeth. I don't want the Martians to know that dogs eat other dogs' poop. That's something like the dogs have to just keep to themselves. So the dog comes out. I'm sorry. I am the dog. The man comes out. And I'm going to step aside and let the man tell it in his own, not his own, quotation marks, in his own voice. Really good episode to what cause Kiltony got really masks. All right? So I stepped back and I said, well, I think you're saying that it was a really good episode because Kiltony got really nasty with all the guests. And the man was like, yeah, that's what I said, asswipe. And here's a couple of notes for you. Every person got demeaned. Rosanne Barr was getting drunk. Her boobs were falling down past her waist. Kiltony didn't mess with her because she's an elitist royalty like he wants to become. Kiltony wants to become a Rosanne-esque royalty among the comedy, so he was ignoring her ginormous droopy boobs and her drunken screeches and howls. But that's all right, because Kiltony wants to be elitist. Excuse me, I'm just a dog. Sometimes dogs have to burp. Whatever. And so I would like to hand it back over to the man. Maybe the man can make better sense of it than I can because I'm so distraught over Kiltony's shitty attitude. So let me say it, okay? I want to, it's like I'm not reading nobody's notes. No, not my own notes. I don't know what's going on. Kiltony, the guests weren't super funny, so he got to be nasty. And I said, wait a second, you moron. Step back. He's like a dullard, folks. Oxygen deprivation, boy. Okay. So what he meant to say was Kiltony's guests weren't super funny, so he got to be nasty. And that's what the show's about, trying to demean and crush comics. But you got to be someone has your sidekick can't be a drunken, old, crapped out Roseanne Barr. And guess what? Single woman adherent out there, if you can hear me now, it's just that simple. No one's trying to read anything else into it. Maybe you could defend her, or maybe you could just try to hook up your star to a new thing, shooting out. All right. So as the dog I was saying, Kiltony said the guests weren't that funny, so he could get a little bit more nasty. And the man, he's like, all right, I'm sorry, I didn't realize what I was saying. The quaint weren't procured. He had to be masker. All right. The guests weren't prepared. He had to be nastier than before. Gosh, The guests weren't prepared. That's what a dog would say. The man couldn't even read that much. I can't even read. I'm halfway illiterate. The man, he can read something, but he doesn't even sink in because the synapses aren't connected, so he doesn't even know what's going on. But, it's his show, so let's let the man come back out and say what he thinks. Like, which pretend royalty degrade the common people. Like which, whatever, it doesn't even matter. All right, so as a dog, I'm going to say, the man was trying to say, it's like when the royalty, pretend royalty, like, that girl, that skinny blonde hair girl was trying to say she was getting fondled when she was young, Paris Hilton. Yeah, you didn't bring it up 15 years ago. Now you're bringing it up. Maybe it's because you're trying to sell a few books. It's okay. We are sad you got fondled, but you didn't bring it up at any point until you wanted to sell a few books. So it rings a little hollow. Okay, but the man was trying to say, like, just pretend royalty, like Paris Hilton. They want to degrade the common people. So I was like, I get what you're saying. That could be true. But I want to just turn it back right over to the man because he's the one who, he stepped into this tiger trap. So let him figure it out. And the man was like, who did that kill Tony, Rosanne, Tim Dillon? Who did that kill Tony, Rosanne, Tim Dillon? Because what he was saying was, Kill Tony was busting on him, Rosanne Barr was arrested, and the other guy, I don't even know, Tim Russo, I don't even know. So then, if you bring the man back up, believe me, there's too many pages to get through. There's like way too many pages to get through, but I'll let him come back out one more time. High upon the stage, heckling down, giving no shot, no chance. They're bored reality. They're demeaning to feel better about themselves. And I couldn't even repeat it. I'll just the man repeat it. The man could go ahead and repeat it. High upon the stage, heckling down, giving no shot, no chance. Bored reality. Demeaning to feel better about themselves. That's you, Rosanne, you fat tart. And killed Tony's friend. I don't even know what his name is. That's how vacant or vacuous this dude is. We can't even remember his name 10, 15, 20 seconds after we saw it. I'm just an idiot, but it doesn't matter. So if you turn it back over to the man one last time and give it to him, he would say, Red Band wanted to be part, but he's not allowed because nobody thinks he's funny. Red Band? Is that like a freaking Chickawahay Indian guy from like maybe 1852? I have a penny from 1852. Am I going to see a picture of Red Band on it? Red Band wanted to be part, but he's not allowed because he's not that funny. He's not as funny. To quote the man, he's not as funny as he thinks he is. Ha ha! So hilarious. So here is a dilutifier, which could be a qualifier. It could be at the end of the thing. I don't know. This take might be coming to an end. Don't say that because Red Band might be a fan. So he actually wrote down what he was thinking in the back of his own mind. The man, pretending to be the producer, wrote down qualifier, disqualifier. Don't say that, meaning don't say nothing about Red Band because Red Band might be a fan of ours. This is me crinkling that up. No one wants to dig that deep. The man's trying to be a producer that digs too deep. No one likes a producer who digs that deep. Never mind. But if you turn it over one last time, as a dog, you turn it over one last time, the man, what would the man say? Give it to the man. You're like a dog, and you're like producing a Broadway play, and you're in like this little thing where on the stage they picked up a little trap door, like 6 inches. It's like a 2 foot by 6 inch trap door, and you could whisper to the actors if they forgot their lines. So the man, pretending he was a producer, whispered out to an empty stage. No one even knew what the fuck was going on. No one was there but him. He broke in. He picked a lock. He thought there was a thing, an audience. He thought there was a production. No one heard him whispering these lines. He was watching the whole play like it was going on in his own brain. It was beautiful. He finally says, he sticks his head up through the trapdoor. He says, William Montgomery killed the show. He ain't never gonna be Step. And Uncle Lazer, green room. So I didn't know what the man meant by any of that. The man said, William Montgomery killed the show. He ain't never gonna be Step. I don't even know what that means. He's never gonna be a stepbrother to kill Tony. He's never coming back. He's never gonna be forgiven. No one knows what. We'll try it one more time. William Montgomery killed the show. He ain't never gonna Step. And Uncle Lazer, or Lazer, he was drinking everybody's bourbon. Like they would kill their cigarette and their fucking bourbon. Uncle Lazer would pick it up and scarf it down. Crinkle that shit up. Uncle Lazer, you think you can drink everybody's end of their bourbon? You know? Hey, Uncle Lazer, the man might be sucking down other people's cigarette-soaked bourbon, but not you. You don't get to do that. You're not that much of an elitist, okay? Let me put it to you that way. You're not that much of an elitist.